Oh, hello. Welcome back to another weekend of live streams. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're back. We're live. We're in color, but we need to make sure that we can be heard. Oh my God, this hairline is looking crazy. This hairline is crazy. Wow, this hairline's crazy. But anyway, how is everyone doing? How is everyone? Hopefully well. We're gonna put all live chat on. You can hear me. I can hear myself, so I love that. MOP, hi Cho, hi chat. I've been watching nonstop throughout multiple streams, nonstop ish. So, announcement. I want to go over a very important announcement. First of all, I'm tired. It's been a very long week. I have been helping out a friend who recently had a surgery, and I have been visiting her. I think I visited her 3 mornings this week, and it caused me to have to wake up earlier than normal. I am not a morning person. I have not been able to have my morning matcha. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot. And so I'm very happy to have survived this week. But I am tired. I am hoping that I'm only gonna stream for an hour, 60 minutes. That never happens, but I'm gonna try to make it happen because I'm tired. I want to rest. I don't want to work. So that's first announcement. Second announcement is that I'm obsessed with a new video game called The Finals. Have you heard about The Finals? Have you heard about The Finals? I'm obsessed. It's a it's an FPS game. It's first person shooter. If you're in my Discord channel, I have live streamed a few sessions. Okay? I love it so much. I'm obsessed. I played it every single day since Monday. Um, I can put, I'm really busy, but I can put 30 minutes in here, 30 minutes there. It's one of those games you can pick up and put down. So I like that a lot about the game. Um, but anyway, so that's the second announcement. I'm obsessed with the finals. If you play the finals, I am looking for teammates. I'm looking for group. LFG, looking for group. Not let's fucking go. Looking for group. LFG. Please play the finals with me. If you are interested in teaming up, then leave a comment on tonight's live stream. Leave a comment. Let me know. Because I would love to team up and fuck the girlies up. Okay? So, outside of that, there's been more ice drama, both on a national scale and a local scale. And we're gonna get all into that. But before we do that, we're gonna get into um our reading from the Daily Stoic. Okay. We like to start off um we like to start off with a passage from the Daily Stoic. Okay. So let's go to January 30th. And then after I read this passage to you guys, then we'll get into my rant about ice. I got some notes. I've got a couple of notes. It's not going to be a long rant, but I have some notes that I want to talk about, especially on the local scale. There's things I want to talk about. So we'll talk about it. Oh, Russia. I love Russia. I love Russia. I love the architecture in like the Russian capital. Some of the buildings are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Um, at least that looks like Russian to me. Maybe it's not Russian. I don't know. I can't read Russian. I also love that video game. No, I'm not a human. Hey Preston. Hey Brananito. Ball them snacks like rice with the continents. I don't know what that means. Anyway, we'll start the passage. It says, January 30th. You don't have to stay on top of everything. Oh, that hits close to home already, right? Um, Epictetus says, if you wish to improve, be content to appear clueless or stupid in extraneous matters. Don't wish to seem knowledgeable. And if some regard you as important, distrust yourself. I'm gonna read that again. Duke, stop. Duke, if I can hear you licking yourself through my noise canceling headphones, I know they can hear you. I'll read it again. You don't have to stay on top of everything. If you wish to improve, be content to appear clueless or stupid in extraneous matters. Don't wish to seem knowledgeable. And if some regard you as important, distrust yourself. Epictetus. I find that to be very powerful. But let's go on and read the context here. So the authors go on to say one of the most powerful things you can do as a human being in our hyper connected 24/7 media world is say, I don't know. Or more provocatively, I don't care. I'm good at that. Most of society seems to have taken it as a commandment that one must know about every single current event, watch every episode of every critically acclaimed television series, follow the news religiously, and present themselves to others as an informed and worldly individual. But where is the evidence that this is actually necessary? Is the obligation enforced by the police? Or is it that you're just afraid of seeming silly at a dinner party? Yes, you owe it to your country. No, wait, sorry. Yes, you owe it to your country and your family to know generally about events that may directly affect them. But that's about all. How much more time, energy, and pure brain power would you have available if you drastically cut your media consumption? How much more rested and present would you feel if you were no longer excited and outraged by every scandal, breaking story, and potential crisis? Many of which never came to pass anyway. I think that's a powerful lesson today, y'all. I think it's a powerful lesson. You don't have to know everything, right? And it's okay to say, I don't know. And it's even better to say, I don't care. I think that's totally applicable in today's society where we are pushed, nudged, and shoved into somehow feeling compelled to want to know everything, think that we know everything, or at least appear to others to know everything. I've always told you guys that I'm not an expert in many areas of life. I know of a lot of things about a few subjects. Everything else is just conjecture and opinion and just me talking shit. I do not have any ego when it comes to knowing things in general, or at least talking to the public about specific issues. Like, yeah, I'm not afraid to say, I don't really know. Or again, I don't give a fuck. So I think that's really important. And, how exhausting it must be to be bombarded with all of that media consumption. Like, people will find it hard to believe as a content creator that I don't often scroll social media. Like, my friends will say, like, my partner, he follows a lot of people that I follow, right? Especially personal friends. And so he'll be like, Cho, you didn't see so and so did this, so and so did that, da da da. And I'm like, no, how would I know that? She's like, it's on their social media. Well, I don't scroll social media like that. Like I'm on social media replying to DMs and posting content. That's what I'm doing on social media. And so yeah, I recommend that you guys take a break from the constant media consumption. I think it's a good thing. Anyway, that's the passage for today. Hopefully you found a bit of value in that. I surely did. Hey David Portillo Davila. I am really well. I'm really tired. So today's live stream, hopefully if I am composed and timely enough, I will end it in 60 minutes. I really just want to rest, play some video games, and call it a day. Honestly. Um, just checking in. You helped me get through some baby mama drama with the town stud. Just to let you know, she took me back. The stud hit her a couple times. What? Oh, that's wild, this Mr. Solution. She took you back. Why'd she leave you? Where'd you fuck up? Where's your responsibility and accountability in this situation? What's really going on? I need to know. I've always said that. Always act dumb and stupid. Being clueless makes life a little more simple and peaceful. Sometimes it does. Are you living with your parents? No, I'm not. My parents live in Toledo. I live in Columbus. How's your day going, man? It's going pretty well. I am tired though. Hi, Jesus. How are you? JJDS. What the fuck? What's going on, JJ? So you want you? Let's get into what I have to talk about today. Um, because I want to talk about ice. I want to talk about ice. And I've got one, two, three. I got four notes, four just comments. Okay. Number one thing I want to talk about: do I still support ICE, specifically after the Alex Preddy murder? Um, Short answer: yes, of course I do, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, I support my police department. I support cops, right? And this is what I mean when I say that nuance be fucking y'all up. They really be fucking y'all up. I can support an organization, law enforcement specifically, without supporting isolated events that are terrible, right? There are cops that make bad decisions. There are ICE agents that make bad decisions. That does not mean that I must withdraw all of my support for their standard initial goal, right? To instill law and order. So, with the Alex Preddy and Renee Good situations, I think you guys saw how I felt about Renee Good. I thought that the officer, the ICE agent that shot her, was justified in his decision to choose what to do. 100% justified, right? I thought that Renee Good was a piece of shit. I thought that she put herself in a bad position. And I think she made a horrendous series of choices that ultimately led to her justified killing. Alex Preddy is a different situation where they are similar in that Alex Preddy seems to be an agitator, a violent agitator, might I add. He seems to be unhinged, psychotic. Despite being a nurse, he really exhibited very jobless behavior. Um, but in this specific incident, I don't think he deserved to die at all. Not even close. From multiple angles, um, he was disarmed, shot 10 times after being disarmed, was beaten up, tackled to the ground, all because he was trying to assist someone who was pepper sprayed. It's pretty fucking wild. Um, and the fact that we are now seeing people trying to justify that unjustified killing through previous behaviors of him is absolutely wild. You can hate these people and still speak truth. There's nothing um, that justified these agents or border patrol agents um, killing Alex Preddy. We saw the video. I have a pair of eyes, and they 2020 vision, two pairs of eyes, 2020 vision, and I see what I see. And what I saw was a man um, trying to protect a woman get beat up, disarmed, and then executed. Now you can believe that this was incompetence on the part of the border patrol agents. You can believe that, but that still means that he was killed unjustly. No, if it was due to incompetence, right? So I hope the Alex Preddy family sues them into oblivion. Quite frankly, especially when you have Department of Homeland Security coming out and completely lying about the event that we saw with our own two eyes. Completely lying about it. It's crazy to me. So that's what I have to say about that. The third thing I want to talk about is Don Lemon being arrested. I heard he's released. To be honest, I have not looked much into the story ever since they brought charges upon the two ringleaders for busting in that church and terrorizing children. They terrorized children. One lady broke her arm trying to get away because she thought that it was going to be a gun shooting at her church service. I mean, as a Baptist, and this happened at a Baptist church, I feel so um, emotionally attacked by this situation. And the only reason why is because of the level of empathy I have. It's like I can imagine myself in a church. Duke, stop. Duke. I can imagine myself at my own church service and that happening to me and the way I would feel looking at my fellow church members, the children of my church crying. I can only imagine the fear they had in their hearts. And for Don Lemon to be involved in such a demonic thing, I'm so happy he went to jail. No, I think he's out. But I do think that he's going to play with the whole I'm a journalist card think situation. That's a bunch of bullshit. Okay. First of all, he's not a journalist. He's an activist at this point. His journalism career is over. Stop. Stop. You're old, washed up bitch, is what Don Lemon is, okay? And he's trying to desperately cling to what little relevancy he has by becoming a Looney Tunes leftist activist. And this is the biggest fuck around find out I've ever seen, okay? If this is what he wanted, relevancy, you've got it. Enjoy it, Don. Enjoy it. So, first of all, journalists, you're not allowed to be on private property. You have to be invited. So his excuse of, oh, I'm a journalist. I saw an event happening, so I went in to investigate. Illegal. That's illegal. Off. Let even if you take him at his word, which, by the way, he's a liar. Even if you take him at his word and say, okay, he was just being a journalism, you broke the law. You trespassed. You were trespassing. Journalists are not allowed to do that. If journalists were allowed to go into private property to investigate crimes and events. Do you know the implications of that? Imagine that someone you went into someone's home to investigate. Well, I heard you did so and so. What do you think? What the fuck? You can't come into my home. You can't go into private property. He didn't go there with the intentions to pray at church, and it just suddenly, suddenly, you know, suddenly, all this event just kicked off. No, you were involved. You knew exactly what they were going to do. You knew they were going to go break the law, and you wanted the scoop. You wanted the insider exclusive scoop, and you thought it was going to be so cute. You thought it was going to be really cute. No, you fucked up. You fucked up. And I hope that the DOJ takes it all the way to court. And I hope you're locked up. People are not going to understand until there are actually consequences and accountability to be had. And what Don Lemon did was illegal, number one. And number two, what he did was intentional because it's all on fucking camera. It's all on camera. I mean, it's one thing to break the law, but to record yourself doing it, the narcissism is real. Listen, confidence is a double edged sword. It is the narcissist's biggest, strongest, and weakest trait confidence. Because you can be so confident that you can do anything, but you can be so confident that you don't see that what you're doing is going to kill you or going to harm you. That's what it was in a nutshell. Um, the fourth thing I want to talk about, and then I'll start reading the comments. I got local drama. Okay, there's local drama. So, there's a whole ICE thing going on. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on. But um, it's now hit me here in Columbus. And I'm gonna read what's going on because right now in Columbus, or I don't know, is this like a nationwide thing? Is this like a liberal city thing? I don't know. But apparently the girls are now trying to boycott and they're trying to, I don't, they're trying to do shit. Whatever. It's like BLM all over again. I'm getting deja vu. I'm tired. I'm so tired. But anyway, so Stoff's Coffee. This is a coffee shop. I don't really particularly like Stoff's Coffee because their coffee is burnt like shit water to me. I don't drink coffee anymore, really, other than my own cold brew decaf. But anyway, that's besides the point. Stoff's Coffee has bad coffee. They're a local coffee chain here in Columbus. Very, very popular, very well known. I'm gonna read their latest Instagram post and then we're gonna react to it together. Um, So Stoff's Coffee, they say, to our friends since 1989, be patient because there's a lot of word vomit. A lot of word vomit here, okay? To our friends since 1989, when this company was founded, it has never been our policy to ban people from our establishments because of their jobs or places of employment. So, spoiler alert, they're being pushed, they're being compelled by other local businesses and also activists in Columbus to ban ICE from purchasing their coffee. The motherfuckers can't even drink a cup of coffee now. We have always considered part of our role in the community to be a place for differing views and discussions across the table with a cup of coffee in common. That said, we want to clarify our stance in the current events in our community. We believe that this is a nation of immigrants. We believe that our communities and the very fabric of being American means we embrace people from different backgrounds, race, ethnicity, and beliefs. We believe the current deployment of ICE is not meeting their mission and instilling fear across our communities. Their actions do not meet the stated purpose of making our lives and the lives of our neighbors safer. We believe that our jobs as your coffee shop is to give you a safe and comfortable space to be in community together. ICE and the current mandate does not reflect the culture of what we believe or how we can build better communities together. We will not tolerate harassment of our team or guests. We will follow the Constitution, local, state, and federal regulations and laws. We will welcome peaceful customers from all parties and walks of life. Sincerely, Mark Swanson. Now, I thought pretty reasonable. I, I thought that was pretty reasonable. Call me crazy. I didn't think that was crazy. I thought, okay, they're obviously anti-ICE. They don't like ICE. They don't think they're doing a good job. Fair, that's fair. That's a fair. It's a fair judgment. If I'm being honest, they don't think they're doing a great job. Blah, but they're not safe. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. But they're not going to turn away customers or turn away people based on their occupation. Because at the end of the day, these ICE agents are just doing a job. I thought this was reasonable. Well, baby. And I'll tell you what I said too. I said, you know what? This is what I said. I'm not really a customer, but after reading this, I need to stop in this weekend to support. Do y'all serve matcha? Because I don't drink coffee. So after I clicked the send button, I read the other comments. And boy, are the girls dragging Stoff's coffee. I'll read a couple. Amanda says you need to take a note from other local Columbus businesses like Catalina's Cafe and Seventh Sun Brewing. They clearly know their customers, and you clearly do not get it. How disappointing for me and embarrassing for you. Another comment. Wait a second. There's lots of comments now. Here, this person says, "Y'all go support this coffee shop. This coffee shop. They're supporting this coffee shop and blah 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 mutual aid efforts." Can someone tell me what the mutual aid efforts are for? Who are we giving mutual aid to? We're, are we giving mutual aid to illegal aliens? What? Girl, I just. So I'm gonna go to this mutual aid. Wait, see, this is what we need to do. Horizontal streams because this is a video, and I haven't read the video yet. But she's explaining what the mutual aid, how that works. I'm gonna have to read. I'm gonna listen to that later on. But what are we doing here? What are we doing? Mutual aid for what? It's I don't understand. Now, I do. I do know someone who's very close to me who has a husband who is on a visa, and they are somewhat fearful because of ICE's incompetence and because of the financial incentive to just throw anybody in these um, laun- money washing, laundering detention centers, right? Whether you throw an illegal or illegal in the detention center still makes money, right? So there is legitimate fear to people being detained that should not be detained. And there's been multiple um, instances of this, one too many, in my opinion. The fact that legal citizens are being caught up in this bullshit is disgusting. Disgusting. And what it tells me is incompetence. It gives incompetence. And that incompetence is inexcusable. But again, are you giving mutual aid to those folk who are wrongfully being targeted by ICE? Or are we giving the scamming illegal aliens and the rapist illegal aliens, the violent illegal, who are we giving mutual aid to? I have questions. I have questions about that. Um, so I'll read a couple more comments and then I'll read your comments. ICE is neither peaceful nor part of our community. Hope that helps. Bailey says, you're about to find out how unprofitable it is to be a passive bystander to state sanctioned violence. I'm curious what all of your POC slash queer employees think about this stance. What does being queer have to do with this at all? What does the fact that you like Joey, his name is Joy, what does you sucking dick have to do with ice? See, this is how you know that these people are narcissists because they want to make everything about them. You just had to throw the queers into it. What? Couldn't be me, honey. Um, Another comment. I have given Stoffs and Cup of Joe hundreds of dollars over the years, and that will stop today. Hundreds of dollars? How cheap is their coffee? Only hundreds of dollars? Girl, I mean, a lot of people spend $100 in a month, let alone years. Literally, the easiest way we can protest ICE is to stop giving money to businesses that are willing to turn a blind eye. No, Colin, the easiest way to stop ICE, I'm going to tell you guys, this is a secret. Okay, this is a secret. The easiest way to stop ICE is to stop allowing illegal aliens into this country. Now, I just spilled some tea for you all just now. I'll repeat. The easiest way to stop ICE is to stop illegals from entering the country. You want to put them out of a job? Secure the border. Get all the criminal illegals that are currently in this nation up out of here. They'll put ICE out of a job, quite literally. See, ICE doesn't really have a job unless there's a problem, right? Like, if there's no problem with the border, then you don't really have the need for them. But again, I might be crazy. I might just be out of my damn mind. I don't know. But Colin says the best way we can protest ICE is to stop giving money to businesses that are willing to turn a blind eye. Columbus has over a dozen independently owned coffee shops that are fabulous, make delicious drinks, and actually care about their customers. I will be directing my money to them and will encourage everyone I know to do the same. I hope the leopards don't eat your face soon. These people are crazy. Just to be clear, you are saying ice bad, and then in the next sentence, you will serve them regardless. Way to take a stand for your community, man. Crazy. So happy that you openly admitted to the public where you stand. Glad that there's a lot of coffee shops that I'd rather support protecting their customers, staff, and community. Your complicity says everything. Yeah, we hear you, but we prefer making money over having a spine. I kind of want to address that too, because that's a really interesting thing I've been seeing in the comments and about people who kind of lean more conservative and lean more towards, um, conservative values and principles. There's nothing. spineless about sharing or opening up about your conservative beliefs online or in the public world. In fact, it's quite the opposite. And do you know why? Because when people do not share the same mainstream beliefs, um, this comment section happens. You're eviscerated. Your business begins to fail. You are turned on. People backstab you. People sabotage you. People make up lies about you. They slander you. Honestly, I think it takes an abundant amount of courage to say something like they did. And actually, no, I take that back because what they said didn't take a lot of courage. What they said was just common sense. And to be frank, um, these are the people that are on your side. And this is part of the issue I have with the left. If you delineate 1 centimeter away from the current moral guidelines and talking points and narrative, if you delineate 1 centimeter from that, they will eat you alive. They'll eat you alive. They eat their own. And not over ideological differences, mind you, out of authoritarianism, right? Because nowhere in this, nowhere in that message they say they support ICE. They don't support ICE. They don't agree with ICE. They don't agree with the trajectory of ICE and what's happening in our communities and what's like, and those are all fair opinions to have. But the fact that they're not coming out and saying that they're going to ban ICE members from purchasing coffee from them, that's what elicited this response. You're in a cult, honey. You're in a cult. That's that's psycho. That's psycho. So, um, I'll be going there to pick up a matcha latte this weekend to support Stoff's Coffee. Even though I tried their coffee years ago and it was trash, it was shit, it was disgusting. I could barely get it down. But hopefully their matcha's better than their coffee. So we'll see. I'm gonna give them a shout out on social media this weekend. I'm going to support them. I'm going to check out their matcha, see what they got going on, and shame on these people. Shame on these leftists. Shame on them. There's no diversity of thought whatsoever. Shame on them. Anyway, that is my little rant tonight. So let's start reading. Let's open up the comment section. Let's read some comments, see what's going on. I'll scroll up a little bit and see if I can find some good comments. Oh, DJ's here. Hey, DJ. I'll pin that. Hey, Mango Subprime. The way you say Don Lemon is truly a masterpiece, Gary. Do people call him Lemon? I don't know if I've never really watched Don Lemon, but is his name really pronounced as the fruit lemon? That can't be real. It has to be Don Lemon. Like, I just can't imagine his last name being Lemon. Like, that's embarrassing. Not Don Lemon. You mean Don Lemon? Really? I think his name is Don Lemon. Um. Anyway. Oh, hey, Leah Bobia. How are you, baby girl? Um. Whoever gets banned won't miss the burnt shit water. Listen. um. Jewish propaganda. Me? I'm Jewish propaganda. Oh my god. Half the kids in my school walked out Wednesday from school. Oh, that's psycho. Wouldn't be my child. Oh my god, and that's another thing. The girls in my Discord have been discussing the walkouts, the children. I think Leah and Husky, y'all have been talking about it. I want to tell you how disgusting that is. It's disgusting that these leftists are using children as political weapons. But listen, the children can't fucking read, okay? The children can't fucking read today, but we have time to allow them to walk out of school. What the fuck is going on? This is why public school is failing now. Y'all worried about the wrong shit. Y'all worried about the wrong things. It's crazy. It's so crazy. The little cunts can't read, but they can protest. They can walk out of school in protest of ICE. For what? Stop. Hey Jesus, welcome back, Jesus. You guys still think it's about immigration? Part of it's about immigration. It's a very complex Dude, don't you think of no. Stop. It's a very complex situation. It's about different things for different people. So with the Democrats, this immigration is not about caring about people. We we all know that. Democrats don't care about people. Republicans don't either. But we're talking about Democrats. Democrats don't care about the people. They don't care about these innocent, well, they're not innocent, but they don't care about these illegals at all. They want their votes. Number one, they want their votes. First and foremost, right? The Republicans that have allowed this to happen, they want them as slave labor, right? They want them as slave labor. That has been historically how Republicans and Democrats have treated illegal aliens in this country. Um, so that's that. Um, but there are a lot of people out there, leftists, people like not politicians, but people who truly don't believe in borders. They don't believe in borders at all. Um, and I think that's a really big problem. That's a big problem, I think. Stop the root cause, show us base. Hey, Merhead Pottery, hello. I miss you. I have a comment on entering the country legally. I was born in the Philippines, but because my dad was a U.S. citizen, I was also granted U.S. citizen status. But my mom had a conditional spouse green card. Instead of risking being separated from us, we stayed in the Philippines for 4 years until my mother got permanent green card status. She did this to not risk being separated from us. She could have come to the US but risked her status being revoked. So, for safety, she stayed with us in her home country until she could safely join us. But others risk having anchor babies. My mom then became a citizen on her own in 2003. And you know what, Island Girl, I just want to say this because what people don't understand is that people like you, like your family, people who are actual immigrants who struggle to get into this country legally, because it's not easy. It's easier to enter the country illegally than legally, and that's a problem. But this is why there are so many immigrants who vote Republican, because they understand firsthand the struggles and the sacrifices that families have to make in order to become citizens. And when they see illegals just skipping across the border, receiving benefits on day one, receiving special treatments, and then having an entire major political party cater towards your needs, that hurts a little bit, right? That hurts a little bit. It's almost like, you know what I want to compare it to? I want to compare it to um, loan forgiveness, student loan forgiveness, because, and my partner feels this way. I don't actually. Well, I already said it, so I'm gonna just throw him under the bus. But I think one of the reasons my partner and a lot of other people are against loan forgiveness is because they've paid off so much. And the Duke, stop. And the rationality is, well, I did the right thing. I worked hard. I did this. And now other people are getting a free ride for no effort on their part at all? I had to wait. I had to sacrifice. I had to put off things. I had to live in Philippines for 4 extra years. I had to do this. But then this cunt can just walk in and get a handout without providing any value in return at all? There's a level of hurt, I think, that is there for immigrants. And there's a level of bitterness that I think can accrue seeing the current situation here. This is why you also have so many Latinos for Trump. You've got so many, a lot of people that are the border agents and ICE patrol agents are Latinos. And it's not because they're bootlickers or what do they call them? They call me a coon. What's the word for the Latino? I almost said beaners. Oh, oh, oh. What's the term? The derogatory term they use for Latinos? I don't know. Um, but it's not because they just love white people. It's because they actually fought to get into this country the right legal way, right? That's why they want to protect that. They want that for everyone else. And so, Island Girl, I did not know that context about your family history. And I thank you for sharing it because I hopefully was able to, put a little bit of value into the conversation because of it. So thank you so much. Um, Apparently, you haven't been on the receiving end of a Don Lemon taint smear. What's a taint smear? Vote Lemon or Lemon? Okay, Leah, we'll do a poll. How do you pronounce Don Lemon? Lemon or Lemon? I don't know. You tell me. I think it's Lemon. It's Don Lemon, obviously. My opinion, honestly. Don Lemon calls his followers lemon heads. That makes sense because they're all sour. Still arguing with Husky because he really thinks the parents should be held responsible for info those damn teachers kept from the parents. Like, what the fuck do you even mean? Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't reading closely the back and forth. All the illegals being deported now, I have almost no sympathy for. They came in during a time you just had to claim asylum and get a court date. They had years to start the paperwork. Come on, I agree. Biden gave them the easy track, easy mode. Biden gave them the app. I remember when the app came out, and I was like, like, what? I was so flabbergasted. I was so flabbergasted that all these illegals that just crossed the border could just now claim asylum. What? And again, it's like you on one hand they say that they're all claiming asylum, but on the other hand they say it's not nice to say that these countries are shitholes. If you have to claim asylum from your home country is a shithole. Literally. Literally. Anyway, I think I'm going to end up having to unfollow all of these businesses that are protecting illegals. I just don't. I'm going to do some unfollowing. I think I am. It's fine. Anyway, people don't get to skip the line. My mom married a US citizen and still had hoops to jump to prove the legitimacy of their marriage. And then she had to stacks for paperwork. She had to promise to not be a ward of the state, be on welfare. I mean, isn't that crazy? And most immigrants from these shithole countries are welfare queens. And then she had to wait. She had to bring chest X-rays to prove she wasn't ill. I don't think it's a problem that it's hard to get into America or that it takes so long. Getting in here is better than getting into Harvard. And I think most Americans forget how lucky they truly are. Yeah, I mean, truly, being born in America is like hitting the lottery. Truly, it's like the lottery. The people who cry, we are separating families, it's their fault. They could wait together like my family did. The risk of separation is a choice that was made when parents skirt the rules. I'm gonna read that again. The people who cry, we are separating families, it's their fault. They could wait together like my family did. The risk of separation is a choice that was made when parents skirt rules. Clock that T. Clock that T. Hey, Moko. I'm starting to think he's trolling me at this point. No way someone defends idiocy so hard. Not to mention he's internationally straw manning constantly and just bad faith. Makes me crazy. My whole point is what the fuck were these teachers and school administrators doing? They had info for days and never told the parents or just canceled school. That's what they should have done. My mom wasn't mad about the rules. She never even wanted to leave her home country. She saved my dad, who was drunk in a ditch. She just fell in love and had the family she always dreamed of. Oh, good for her. She deserved it. I mean, I love you for sharing that story, Island Girl. I love you for sharing that story. And a really good point about the separating of families. The only ones separating their families are the individuals. That's it. Yeah, on the school walkout. Yeah, yeah. I know, but I need to go in and read what you guys actually said the back and forth and what happened in your neighboring city. When asked by the immigration officer why she wanted to go to the U.S., she said to be with my family. He stamped approved and said, "And you will be with them." Oh my god, I love that. I love that. A true American story. That's a true American story. Mm, 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 mm. And again, and I have some in real life friends who are upset about my political views on ICE, but these are also friends of mine who went through immigration the legal way, and I feel like not a cantaloupe, Ryan, not a cantaloupe. Rest in peace, the Island Girl's mom. She sounds like a baddie, to be honest. She sounds like a baddie, straight up baddie. Not a cantaloupe, Ryan. A cantaloupe or a honeydew. I can't move to France and become French. The fact you can move to America and become American is amazing. The arduous process of getting here is sweat equity, ensuring your commitment to being American. I agree. I agree 100%. Guys, there are so many issues with illegal immigration, and it hits every single sector of society. And honestly, it's only purely toxic empathy that allows people to disregard all of the facts surrounding illegal immigration. Illegal immigration is killing blue collar workers, specifically uneducated blue collar men. It's killing them. It makes prices more expensive. It makes everything more expensive. It makes getting government assistance more competitive. It's a net negative. It truly is a net negative. And when you look at the amount of immigrants that are on state assistance or federal assistance, it's astounding. And remember, people say but that never happened. That doesn't happen. First they said it never happened, then they said it only happened a little bit. Now they're saying it's happening and it's good that it's happening. It's like I have whiplash. I have whiplash. Um I do support ICE, Felicia. I do. I support their stated goal of removing illegal aliens from this country, specifically criminal, violent, um, illegal aliens. I do not support them killing Alex Preddy. I do not support them going into schools. I don't support them roughhousing people. I don't support them being super aggressive and violent and dehumanizing people. I don't support that. But both of those things can be true at the same time, right? Okay, border. Sorry, I misspoke. Border patrol. Sorry, I know. Leah, please keep screaming at me. Please, please, Leah. Thank you. Leah Bobia is literally my producer. Literally my producer. She's got to keep me speaking truth to the facts. Border patrol. No, but you got to do it to me because I'm the one spreading this shit, Leah. I'm the one. I'm the bitch with the microphone. So please, please. But no. So back to the point about ICE. I don't support ICE um, when they don't do the right thing. But I do think that ICE is a net positive. I I know people don't like to hear that, but I believe they're a net positive because of all the criminals they've gotten out. And you know what? I was looking at some of the illegals that got taken out of the country, and I was astounded at how many people from the UK. Not to talk about DJ's people up in England, but the amount of white guys from the UK that they've deported is crazy. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. It gagged me. Completely gagged me. Couldn't believe it. I mean, they sent, I think it was some Scandinavian woman that was wanted for murder. It's just, listen, everybody's going. It ain't just the brown people. It ain't just the people of color. It's not just them. Everybody got to go. Everybody got to go. People from the UK, the whites got to go. The browns got to go. The blacks got to go. ICE is taking everybody to the detention centers. You know, um, it's a mess. It's a mess. So anyway, yes, I do support ICE. I don't support everything that they're doing. I don't support the detention centers being privatized and being. I don't support that because that's weird. That's shady. That's a laundromat. They're washing money, and when you privatize certain functions within the government, there are different incentives at play. There's different incentives. Listen, I'm a capitalist pig, honey. I'm a capitalist pig. I love capitalism, but there are some, not many, but there are some functions of the government that should be purely under government control, right? I think this should be one of them. Honestly, I think this should be one of them. Um, but that's neither here nor there. Um, Now, when we gonna talk about them damn Somalians and Muslims, I said, well, let's talk. You know what? We do gotta talk about it. We do gotta talk about it. It's not gonna be tonight, but it needs to be a conversation. I just want to talk about how great the Democrats are at media training and narrative building, because it was only not even a month ago we were talking about how terrible this Somalian fraud situation was, and the ending of Tim Watts' career, and all the fraud going on him. And now we're just talking about ICE. It's perfect. But Democrat, listen, I call bitches up when they're wrong, but I also call bitches up when they're good. The Democrats are good. The Democrats are good, honey. I'm telling you. They're good. I'm telling you, they're good at this game. They're really good at this game. Much better than Republicans. They're very good at this game. Because now we're talking about ICE. We're talking about, and ICE is deeply unpopular, by the way, deeply unpopular. And it's because of the mainstream media machine, the lies, the confusion, the chaos, the violence. This is what they want. And while ICE has some major issues, they got some major issues, especially when it comes to training. Um, like I keep saying, I need Trump to put in the guys that kidnapped the Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro. I need those people to be on ICE patrol. I need them. They got in. They went inside that guy's mansion, kidnapped him, bagged up the wife, put the wife in a bag, brought her ass to America too. Done. 30 minutes tops. Seamless operation. I need them. I need them to be on ICE. Why can't they be employed at ICE? Instead of going and disrupting other countries, how about we focus on America first? Don't get me started. What a perfect distraction. Those protesters are just cogs in the machine. Cogs in the machine, honey, to be dispatched whenever they damn please. I tell you one thing. When Renee Good was shot and murdered, rightfully so, I just know that was the best moment in Tim Watts' dying career. I just know that those demons, because he's a demon, I just know that that demon, when he woke up to that news, it was like it was like God breathed life back into him. Except his God is devil. It was the devil breathing life into him. The joy he had at the opportunity to use Renee Good's death as a political weapon, I just know he relished in that. Even though her shooting was justified, it was still very effective. And now with the Alex Pretty thing, which was totally unjustified, I know they're just like, I know he wet himself. I know he just wet himself. I just absolutely know he wet himself immediately when he got shot. Ejaculated all over himself when he got shot. Tim Watts. I know he did. Immediately ejaculated. It's crazy. Crazy. Paul Gates, don't let it touch your friendships. Disengage. Disengage. Because one thing I'm not gonna do is go back and forth with a friend. Because fuck you. I'm not gonna go back and forth. I listen. I listen, and I'm one thing I am is a great listener. I'm a great listener. And I value listening to my friends. But some things are just indefensible, and some things are very black and white. Some are nuanced. Some things are black and some things are right and wrong, right? And one plus one is always going to equal two. Um, And I choose to not end friendships over political disagreements because if I did that, I would not have any friends. See, I think people have to, and people don't know this about me in real life because I just recently became a YouTuber commentary channel, but I have been a registered Republican since I was 18. I have been a conservative longer than I've been anything else. Like, I've never been a liberal Democrat. I know a lot of people have that phase where like, oh, I used to be a liberal, I used to be a lib, da, 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 da. I never went through that phase. I've never been a liberal. I've never been a Democrat. I never will. Um, but that has never stopped me from building extremely strong relationships with people that are far leftist, they're Looney Tunes, whatever. Um, because I don't think life is about that for me. My friendships, at their core, are about how I'm treated, right? And what they bring out in me, and what I bring out in them, and how I treat them. And so, Paul, I don't want your friendships to be tested. Disengage, right? I hate I hate to hear that. I don't like to hear that. I work in local media and feel like I can't speak my truth. I gotta make sure I say the right pronouns of my coworker's child, whose pronouns went from she, her, they, them, now he, him. Poor kid's confused. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's fucking crazy, Island Girl. They call themselves the Jackass Party for a reason. Kids can't read but can protest. Hey Bishop Bond, how are you, Bishop? What's going on, girl? Oh yeah, even me and Cho disagree like vehemently. We do all the time. Whatever. Who the fuck cares? Right? Um, a gay conservative. Well, I'm more libertarian these days, but yeah, I lean conservative. I'm not afraid to admit that I lean conservative. But yeah, I like to say I'm a conservative libertarian. None of them. The labels don't make sense, to be honest, y'all. The labels don't make sense. There are some issues where I'm very conservative, like when it comes to immigration. There's some situations where I'm very libertarian, right? Um, or you could even say liberal, like, on gay marriage. Gay marriage is not a conservative issue at all. That's a very liberal slash libertarian situation. I'm not conservative when it comes to gay marriage, obviously, or like gay adoption, things like that, and that's okay. But I think, if I had to put myself on a box, I'm a conservative leaning libertarian. Hey, awesome sauce. DJ's just a yes man. Oh my god, I missed that boy. Not about them damn whores in the lie. Love your realness. With Bishop on, listen, I can't be anything but me, honey. And the reason why Bishop Blonde is because I tried being a fake ass hoe in my early 20s, and it did not serve me well. Being a fake cunt did not serve me well. And I learned that the hard way. Being a people pleaser almost ruined me. I was doing drugs. I was drinking nonstop. I was, you know, putting this up my nose and I was, getting kicked out of clubs, getting kicked out of bars. I was a liar. I was fake. I was a fraud. I was the worst. I mean, people loved me, but I definitely did not love myself in my early 20s. I had an eating disorder. I mean, it was just like, I was a wreck. And it was all because I was not living in my truth and the truth. Because that's different. Sometimes my truth is not always the truth, but I wasn't venerating the truth and putting the truth first and forward and my needs first and forward. I wasn't being honest with myself or others. And that created a lot of self hatred. and a lot of toxic coping mechanisms that were not good for me. And so I learned through that Bishop Bond to just be my authentic self because, as a reminder, people are going to hate you regardless of whether you do the right thing or the wrong thing. So you might as well always do the right thing that's authentic to yourself. They're going to hate you regardless. So he's conservative. He just doesn't call himself that. Leah's working on me, honey. I sent him an Andrew Wilson video. He will understand soon. No, chill. I would never thought you didn't seem like that. Trump's first DNI was an openly married gay man. Trump's the first president. Da, 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 da. The Republicans hate gays and they need to die. I agree. Well, I don't think Republicans hate gays, but Republican and conservative are two different things. Gay marriage is not a conservative value, and it's okay to say that. I don't think it's I don't it's that's not homophobic to say that. You know what I mean? Whatever. And that's what I mean when I say that. And that's another point. The labels can only say so much about a person, right? They only can say so much. They never can tell the full picture because human beings are dynamic in their belief systems, right? Um, they're dynamic. And so calling someone conservative, I guarantee you that there's not one person on this planet who is completely conservative or liberal in their thinking. It doesn't exist. I guarantee you. Because we are not 2D creatures. We're 3D. Um, get this, Cho. My coworker told me her stepchild, who was born biological female and identifies with male pronouns, is in a relationship with a born biological male but identifies as female. My brain hurts. So a trans man is dating a trans female. That's wild. So they're just straight. Maybe I'm just not understanding it, but it seems like this child is confused and is feeling like they have to identify something instead of living. I don't believe in trans children. So they straight. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I thought I said that in my head. I honest to God. Wait. Wait, I honest to God thought that, but I didn't think I said it out of my mouth. So they're straight. I didn't mean to say that. I don't know what they are, but whatever. Wait, they aren't even trans? They just identify? See, I don't. So what? What do they call that? Queer or non-binary? See, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what all that shit is. To be honest, I don't know what that is. So a penis is going inside of a vagina. That's the conclusion. A bunch of straggots. A bunch of a bunch of fucking straggots. A bunch of fucking straggots. Literally. We got a vagina. We got a penis going inside a vagina. To me, that's heterosexual. Honestly, I think some I'm a straight gay guy. um I really do think that a lot of this is because of parents. Well, a lot of it's because of media and exposures, but that ultimately falls upon the parents. The world isn't confusing, Island Girl. People try and make it that way to complicate life for no reason. Listen, Leah Clark did. There's nothing confusing about the difference between a boy and a girl. Did you hear me? There's nothing confusing about the difference between a boy and a girl. As the Democrats love to say, trust the science. Trust the science. Science answered this mystery centuries ago. Centuries ago. This is not an unsolved mystery. The difference between boys and girls. The 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 science, trust the science. They solved this mystery centuries ago. I don't know. This is not hard to understand. Guys, I gotta go. It's been 76 minutes. I said I was gonna only be here for 60. I'm 16 minutes late. I am tired. I have a lot I want to do tomorrow. Um, we talked about ice. So you know what? I'm gonna let you guys know. We're talking about some other stuff this weekend. We're talking Epstein. The shit is crazy. We're talking the latest drop of files. The shit is crazy. And then we're also talking about Erica Kirk video leaks. Also fucking crazy this weekend. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The shit and the Epstein files that were released and the Erica Kirk um, videos. Spoiler alert, Erica Kirk is a psychopath. Confirmed. Confirmed. Well, listen, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. So we talked about ICE today. I want to talk about the ICE situation today just because that drama popped up in Columbus earlier today. So I want to get that off my chest because I felt really strongly about that. Um, but Candace Owens got a lot of video leaks from Erica Kirk talking to Turning Point USA. And the videos are damning. They're damning to me. I don't know. I don't know, but it's not a good look, Erica. It's not a good look. You look fucking crazy. You look crazy. You look crazy. So, and then we're gonna read some stuff from the some of the Epstein files. They're all demons. They're all demonic. Trump, Bill Clinton, the demonic pieces of shit. The stuff in, I mean, demonic shit, y'all. It's demonic shit. I promise you that American political elites, they're all in a club. You and I are not a part of that club. And I think that part of being in this club means that you have to indulge in another type of religion. And it's not a good one because this is some demonic shit happening. Full stop. Full fucking stop. Disgusting. It's disgusting. Let me get off here before I get all pissed off. Anyway, anyway, thank you guys so much for being here tonight, and listening to me rant and rave. Um, be sure to like the stream. Do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor and go back and like a random video or live stream. If you have not liked all of my streams or video content, do me a favor after this live and just go do that for me because that really helps me a lot. Liking and commenting is really the lifeblood of becoming bigger on YouTube. So I really need you guys to be. Oh my god! And the poll. So what? You guys don't think it's pronounced Lemon? I think it's Don Lemon. It can't be Don Lemon. I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna end the poll. 89% of you guys say it's pronounced Don Lemon. Only 11% say it's pronounced Don Lemon. I'm gonna be in the minority. I'm fine. I don't give a fuck about being in the minority. It's fine. Um. Mm, 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 mm. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Love you guys.